I've finally made it to Bali. So I have just been traveling for the last 40 hours to get over here from Manchester to Dubai, Dubai to Bali. And slightly annoyingly, my Manchester flight was delayed by 1 hour, meaning that I missed the Dubai flight, and then I had to stay in a hotel for, I'm not sure if it's 12 or 24 hours or something, waiting for the next flight. It was actually really nice though, because I got to sleep. Anyway, here I am in Bali. I came slightly last minute. When was it? Saturday. I was just scrolling on my phone. I was already coming over to Dubai anyway for another business mastermind. But Saturday I was laying there scrolling on my phone, and William Brown put up a story saying he's thinking of doing a mastermind in Bali for 5 people, and do you want to go? And I said yes. So last week was super busy just trying to sort everything out. I had to do like a whole week's work within 3 days, get my flights, get my accommodation and everything else. And then here I finally am. Saturday night I finally landed, 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. almost. And tomorrow we kick off for the event. So I'll quickly show you around because I got myself a nice place. If you remember from the London vlog, I talked about getting nice places, treating yourself. I might have treated myself a bit too much. This might be a bit too big for just one person, but I'm here for 18 days. Here we go. We got a tiny little pool. Gonna be laying and reading on those. Me. Stairs. I've already been like regretting getting somewhere with stairs and stuff, because I had to come to put my phone on charge, to get the camera and start to do a vlog like this. I had to come up and down those stairs about 3 times because I kept forgetting things. Here we are. I am very, very, very excited to write on this desk overlooking the view tomorrow. But I'll tell you more about that another time. So that's everything. I'm excited. I wasn't so sure about the mastermind. It's a 1-day mastermind, and it was $3,000. And I'll be honest, I've never spent that much for a 1-day mastermind, or the equivalent. You know, I've never spent $6,000 for a 2-day mastermind or any kind of equivalent like that. So it's the most I've spent for something like this. And I was also uncertain as well, because I was like, things are going well for me. I know my strategy that is working. You know, do I really need it? But here's the thing that I believe. Things are only going well for me in my current level of thinking, right? I'm currently aiming to hit 50K months this year, meaning I'm not there yet, you know? I'm aiming to hit 50K months this year. I'm over halfway there, and, you know, in my head I'm thinking things are going well. William Brown does 500K months. So I'm here thinking, oh, I'm doing all right. But even if William Brown was hitting 50K months, he'd think he's doing terrible and he'd be worried. So yeah, I could have said, nah, things are going all right, things are growing, but they're only growing in my level of thinking, you know? If I get around these 4 other individuals and William Brown himself, who are thinking on, probably at least he is, on a much bigger level, playing game on a much bigger level, it's only going to be good for me, you know? I might leave there thinking maybe I'm not doing so good, but it will push me to do more, you know? So I'm excited. And then I got another mastermind, 3-day mastermind with James Kemp a couple of days later. So over here in Bali for 18 days. Gonna film a little bit of it. So I'll probably see you tomorrow. So I think I might have just beaten jet lag. I was up at 6 a.m. this morning naturally and felt good. woke up, coffee, read, gym, sauna, and now it is 11:30. Oh, by the way, got to show you outside when it's light. Lovely. 11:30 and about to go over to Will's villa. And it's slowly working, so you don't want the flame to touch the cigar. Yeah, and slowly work your way inside. And then you want it all like, when you blow on it, you want it all red. What you smoking?
So that's taking its time, okay, right?
Cigars do take their time, baby. That's the whole point, motherfucker.
Her sweet melody sings wherever I go, running through my mind, singing this role.
So finally getting round to sharing the insights from the William Brown One Day Mastermind. Since I think I last recorded in this video, I think it's probably been about 10 days. I've been to another 3-day mastermind in between, and I've just been all over the place in Bali, and half chilling, seeing people and everything else, half actually working. And it's been pretty busy. I actually go home tomorrow, but one thing that I didn't know was I was here for something called Nyepi, which is apparently like the Hindu Christmas or New Year's. And on Nyepi, which I am recording this video on today, you're not allowed to go out the house. You're not meant to have any lights on. And for the entire day, everything is shut, right? So no food, no anything. So today is Nyepi, the day before I leave as well. So me and some others, as you can see there, have got a really nice villa, mad villa actually. It's like, I'll show you around actually, maybe before this. For Nyepi, it's quite nice, locked in for Nyepi. We've got a cinema room, we've got a gym. It's crazy. The crazy part is just how high these ceilings are. These big urns feeling like, I don't know. Cinema room. Gym over here.
Person for the stuff going on in the UK. I've been speaking with Brendan, who basically worked on my emails as well, so we cracked in next month too. Also, we just hired someone for you guys. So.
But anyway, hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm about to share the 3 biggest lessons that I got from the mastermind with William Brown. So the mastermind was really, really cool, by the way. Like, I will always do what I can to be in rooms with people playing a much bigger game than me. And at the William Brown mastermind, that was definitely the case. To my left, I had some people doing 100K months. To my right, I had some people doing $250,000 months. William Brown himself does 600K months, all doing similar things on different levels, you know, and just being there in the room, masterminding, hearing their problems, hearing their bottlenecks, hearing the things that are holding them back, hearing their questions even, and seeing how people are actually thinking about this stuff was really, really, really valuable. And I find that is the case with a lot of these things, right? It's like the tactics and the strategies are useful, but the biggest thing that you can get from these events or your development in general is more about how people actually think, you know, the level in which they think, how they take problems or take opportunities or take situations, and how they actually diagnose it, how they actually think about it. And the more that you can, I think, adopt the way that they think the rest, the strategies, the tactics, and all of the things upstream from that kind of sort themselves out, I find. So I'm about to show you the 3 biggest lessons that I got from the Will Brown Mastermind. And I've really kept it to that kind of principle level of how people were thinking, because I really think that's the most useful thing for me. And I think that will probably be the most useful thing for you as well. So number 1, and this is a cliche, kind of boring one, but it's really, really, really fucking true, is there are no secrets, right? I'm sitting there with people doing $250,000 a month, people doing over $500,000 a month, people doing 100K months, and strategy-wise, tactic-wise, there was nothing new. You know, not in a negative way, just in a factual way. You know, nothing was new there, right? There was no secrets revealed that people that are doing 600K a month, you don't know, or I don't know, right? There was nothing revealed. There is no secrets. To the point that this was really, really interesting. William Brown, doing 600K a month. One of the things that he implemented last month or the month before was this simple. Every new follower on Instagram, he sent a video to saying, welcome, pre-recorded video saying, welcome to following me, thanks for following me, and then just, breaking the ice and then seeing where they can take them from there, right? Whether it's sending them some free things, maybe it's booking them on a call. And this is a guy making 600K a month, right? Still thinking about the tiny, seemingly, basic thing of when someone new comes into my world, how can we communicate with them to give us the biggest chance of making more sales? And apparently he booked 86 more sales calls that month just from implementing that alone. And I think that is the beautiful display of how there really is no secrets, right? Someone doing 600K a month is still thinking about the seemingly basic thing of how do I speak to people that are coming into my world? And I see it a lot, right? Even when people get to even 10K months or 15K months, they stop thinking about those things. They stop thinking about the basics, and they start thinking, oh, I don't want to be doing the work. How can I get all these sales at scale? And they're starting to think about all these, crazy complex things, which can be useful if they're done right? But they start thinking about all these crazy complex things to basically get a sale for free, or like a home run sale every single time, someone coming into their world and instantly buying. And they actually lose and forget these basics. So one of the things that I also gleaned from that I think is really useful within this lesson is do not waste any sign of intent, right? So anything that goes on in your business is a sign of intent, right? So when someone comes in and they hit follow, sign of intent. When someone likes your posts or they're watching your stories, especially if they like your story, sign of intent. If they comment, sign of intent. If they get a lead magnet, sign of intent. If they buy a micro offer or a product from you, sign of intent. All of these things are different levels of intent, and you don't necessarily know what the intention was yet, but you know that they have shown you some sort of sign of intent. Never waste a sign of intent. As soon as you've got one, have a conversation with them, and you go in with the curiosity of, why have they given me this sign of intent? What is their intent? And you can take them further from there, right? So many people are doing all these complex, crazy things, funnels and everything else, and then they're forgetting one thing. All of this stuff, everything that we do, the micro offers, the lead magnets, is all designed for one thing: to get signs of intent and start a conversation and be able to sell someone. That's all we're trying to do. So if you are, I hope it's not too windy. It's getting pretty windy. I might have to move, but I'm going to listen back and have a look and see if it's too windy. But anyway, if you are finding these signs of intent, follow them, have that conversation, because in reality, at some point, these bigger sales aren't really going to happen without some sort of conversation, whether it's in the DMs, whether it's on a call, whatever that may be. And I'll give you a good example of this, right? Let's say you do an offer and you get 22 leads, but only 2 signups, right? You might think that's really bad. You might think like, oh, that wasn't a great close rate. I got 2 sign-ups, but I got 20 people saying no, that wasn't a great close rate. And you might think that wasn't that great, and then you want to move on. But the way we really want to be thinking about this is with signs of intent. 2 people signed up, but you've got 20 people there that you have got a reaction out of, that you put something out and they reacted to. It got them interested enough to actually message you. And you've got 20 people there that have shown a sign of intent, and you just need to find out what they were interested in and move them to the next level. So if they've become a lead, they might just want to, you might be able to create a micro offer for them, a customer offer that starts to actually build up the trust, build up the knowledge in what you do and why it's actually valuable enough to pay for. And that might be the thing that can turn a customer into a actual client, right? So we start thinking about everything as signs of intent. I'm just going to stop the video and make sure that it's not too windy. Then I'm going to continue with lesson number 2. All right, little scene change here. Number 2, always know your bottlenecks. So right at the start of the mastermind, the first thing that we all went around the room, other than just introducing ourselves, where we're at in business and everything else, was our bottlenecks, right? What is the actual bottleneck in your business? What's the thing that's holding you back right now? And for some people, it took some thinking to figure out what that actual bottleneck was, right? And if you are trying to build your business actively, right, you're actively trying to grow your business and build it, you need to understand that there's only ever going to be one bottleneck at a time, right? Business can be broken down to a very simple formula of traffic. We need people coming into our world. Lead generation. So then we need to have some sort of process to actually turn that traffic into leads, people that we can now speak to. Your sales process, where do we send those leads to actually begin to sell them? Your conversion rate, like are we able to turn those people that we're trying to sell into actual customers or clients? And then your delivery, right? So we can simplify business down to like 5 distinct stages. Any business at any one time is going to have one of these 5 stages be the bottleneck. Maybe your delivery is terrible, right? Maybe clients are coming in and you're signing clients, you're getting traffic, everything's all good there, and they're coming in and they're barely paying you anything because maybe you're barely charging, or maybe they come in and you're not very good and they leave. So your retention's bad, so you've got a leaky bucket business that you keep having to pour new clients into. Then you know the bottleneck. There's no point focusing on more leads because they're just going to fall out again and you're just going to have this revolving door. But maybe delivery is really, really good, but your conversion is terrible. Maybe as they go through your sales process and you try and convert them, no one's converting, right? So you're getting all these leads, all these qualified prospects to actually speak to, you're putting them through your sales process and no one's actually converting. That means that is your bottleneck. So again, with that being the bottleneck, going and focusing on delivery or going on the other side and focusing on loads more traffic or loads more leads isn't going to help. We need to focus on the actual bottleneck. And finally, maybe all of that's good, right? And the biggest problem is you're converting people well, you're delivering well, they're going into your sales process and it's working pretty well. If all of that's working, maybe your problem's just traffic, right? So then going and making your program better when it's already getting people results and it's already really good, or going and trying to optimize the tiny little bits for conversion and everything else might be a waste of time if the only thing that you actually need more of is traffic coming in and leads to actually speak to, right? So inside your business right now, there is one bottleneck that if you could figure out the bottleneck and you could unplug that, everything else would work. And that's actually something that William Brown said at the mastermind. He said, the only thing I want you to walk away from this is focus. I want you to be able to find that one thing in your business that needs to be solved and solve it. Because once you found that one thing, once you found the bottleneck, and the biggest part of this process is diagnosis, right? This is exactly how I coach my clients too. When they come in, they tell me what they think they need. My first step, and 80% of the process, is diagnosis. What's the actual problem? Once you've diagnosed the problem, finding the solution actually becomes quite easy, because it's easy to find solutions for problems that you've already kind of defined and you've understood. But most people don't do this. Most people do not identify a bottleneck, and they just try and be busy to grow their business. They try and just stay busy doing, anything that makes them feel busy or anything that gives them a bit of positive feedback. And they're just kind of running in circles, implementing this, implementing that, implementing this, doing these things, hoping it kind of works out. So that's the big lesson number 2. Always know your bottleneck. And once you do know that, don't let yourself get distracted with other shit. One of the things William Brown said a few times was, doesn't sound like a needle mover. That's exactly what he said, right? So, someone was asking a kind of tactical question about something that didn't seem like a problem in his business. And he just stopped him and said, this doesn't sound like a needle mover. Like discussing this probably isn't going to help your business grow. It might improve it by 1%, but it's not a needle mover. Let's focus on the needle mover right now, which is where the bottleneck is and unblocking it. So number 2, always know your bottleneck, and that is how you can actually grow your business consistently and put your energy in the right place. Okay, and the final big insight that I got from the William Brown Mastermind was it's essential to know the business that you want to build. So the interesting thing about this mastermind was many times I've been to masterminds, but we're all kind of in the same space. Like it might be a mastermind of the mentor or the coach themselves, but it's a mastermind for the entire program that already exists, if you know what I mean. So you're surrounded by people with similar businesses because you're learning from the same person, and everyone's doing it in similar ways, everyone's got similar philosophies. The interesting and refreshing thing about this mastermind was no one there was actually William's client, right? We'd all paid for the ticket and gone, and we've all built our businesses in different ways. And it was really interesting to see everyone's philosophies for their business, everyone's strategies and ways of building their businesses. And, so many people did it wildly different to me. And as the conversation was going throughout the day, as people were being exposed to all these different strategies and ways that they could be building their business and everything else, it was one thing stood out a lot, which is everything works, man. Like all of these different strategies can work. And one of the most important things to get clear before thinking about growing your business at all costs is what's the actual business that you want to have? What is the experience you want to feel while you're growing your business, while you're running your business on a day-to-day level? What is that business that you want to have? Not just on a financial level of what's the revenue and what's the profit that you want, but what's the actual day-to-day operation that you want to build? Like one of the things that people were talking about was the distinction between, do you want a business that you sign people up and you work with them for a short space of time, you charge a huge amount of money, you work with them for a short space of time, and because of your pricing, you don't expect them to stick around. And many people wanted that business. Or do you want a business that can really build like a tight-knit community that stick around for a long time because you've priced it right and everything else? And some people wanted that business. I'm definitely on that side. I like long relationships with clients. I like clients to be in the community for a long time, and I price my stuff accordingly, right? So understanding the business that you actually want on an experiential level and on an operational level is really, really, really important, because otherwise you will be paralyzed with the amount of options there are, right? Because there are so many different ways to grow your business, and all of them work, which is kind of the thing that makes this really hard. All of them work. So when you understand what you do and you do not want from your business, from your life, from your vision, from all of that stuff, when you understand that really, really well, and sometimes that does come from experiencing what you don't want, but when you understand that, your business growth and your decision making, and really business growth is just making the right decisions all the way along, become a lot easier. I hope you can hear me over the wind. It all becomes a lot easier because you're already clear on what decisions will and will not work for you because of the business that you actually want. And final little part on that as well, like I think this is a hugely overlooked part of business, because so many people come into business They want to grow their business, and they kind of feel like, I just want to grow my business at all costs, right? And they start doing things that might even look more efficient on paper to grow their business, but it's something that they just despise, right? It's something that they just do not like the experience of. And the problem with business is the bigger your business grows and the more success that you get in your business, the more of all of the things in your business that you will do or be exposed to. So if you build your business in a way that really doesn't align with you, in terms of maybe what you're doing, or in terms of maybe the things that have to happen to grow your business, the operation of the business. If you grow it in a way that you don't actually enjoy, or it doesn't align with you, or maybe even feels wrong to you, you will have internal blockers stopping you from growing that business. I've experienced it before. You will have internal blockers stopping you from getting the success that you want, because it means more of the things that you don't want. For example, if you hate sales calls, but your business is based on booking calls and closing them on a call, the thing that you need for success is booking in more calls. But if you hate the experience of doing sales calls and you do not like them, there's going to be something holding you back there, right? You're not going to do the things that you need to do to book those calls because you don't want the calls in the first place, right? So being able to actually design a business consciously around the thing that you actually want to do on a day-to-day basis is the secret to being able to do it pretty smoothly and everything starting to feel like flow. So that was the 3 biggest lessons from the William Brown Mastermind, and see you in the next video.
So I'm going to get some behind the scenes.
Yes, nice one.
Just look like you're talking still.
Yes, nice one. So I'm still going because I'm actually being filmed here by my friend Tom, and he's just going to get a cool little video of me talking to you, pretending that I'm talking. This definitely is not going to go in the video.